violent clashes, a narrow win, a new legislation, and chaos. Argentina's capital of Buenos Aires saw dramatic scenes as the Senate passed the first set of harsh austerity measures proposed by President Javier Miliei. Argentinian senators voted 37-36 in favor of the overhaul bill. After 11 hours of heated debate, the legislation delegates broad powers to the president in energy, pensions, security, and other areas. It includes several measures seen as controversial, including a generous incentive scheme for foreign investors, tax amnesty for those with undeclared assets, and plans to privatize some of Argentina's state-owned firms. If the Senate approves the articles with modifications, the lower house still has to okay them before Milei can claim his first legislative win since entering office last December. Thousands of bankers, teachers, truckers, and workers from a range of other unions had converged around Congress throughout the day, banging drums, blasting trumpets, and chanting, "Our country is not for sale, and we will defend the state." Protesters and police clashed heavily outside Congress, with demonstrators burning cars and pelting stones. Police resorted to rubber bullets and water cannons to disperse the protesters. Authorities reported at least 20 police officers were injured and more than a dozen protesters arrested over the violence. President Javier Miliei rose to power promising he would resolve Argentina's worst economic crisis in 2 decades. Since Milei came to power, he has devalued Argentina's currency, driving annual inflation towards 300% amid a deepening recession. But his political party of relative novices holds just a tiny minority of seats in Congress, and he has struggled to strike deals with the opposition. Unlike previous Argentine leaders, since the return of democracy in 1903, Milei has failed to pass a single piece of legislation during his first 6 months in office. Instead, the populist outsider has relied on executive powers to slash state spending and sweep away economic restrictions. This time, though, Milei's party did scrap certain touchy subjects, such as unions' provision of health care and the privatization of Argentina's national oil company, in hopes of reaching a compromise.